Welcome to the U.S. Open Health Desk presented by Mount Sinai. I'm Mara Montalbano, and today we're talking to Dr. James Gladstone, Co-Chief of Sports Medicine at Mount Sinai Hospital. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So players have all different kinds of ways of preparing for their matches, but they also take steps to ensure proper health before, during, and after their matches. And today we're going to talk about the best ways to ensure a lifetime of success on the court. So, Dr. Gladstone, tell us, how important is warming up?
I think it's extremely important. I think there's all kinds of facets to warming up and getting ready for any kind of competition, and even for the weekend warrior, for just going out and playing. I mean, there's certainly the physical conditioning. You have to be ready for that, and that goes well into before the match preparations, making sure that you not only know what kind of strokes to use and how to serve the ball, but also making sure your legs are properly strengthened. Your core muscles are extremely important for tennis. Then there's psychological preparation, really having your head in the game. Also, psychologically preparing for a match means having the right amount of sleep beforehand, eating the right foods, and just generally being in a good state of mind going into competition.
And what's the best way to ensure that you have proper fuel for the court?
Balanced diet is clearly the most important thing. Certainly if you know you're going to be expending a lot of energy, doing some carbo loading beforehand, something like pasta dinner. But perhaps as important is not overeating, because that can lead to upset stomachs and other kinds of problems during the match.
And let's talk about hydration for a moment.
Hydration basically means that your body doesn't lose too many fluids during the course of the match. So you want to prepare by being well hydrated. That means drinking enough in the days leading up to an important match, but also during the course of the competition, making sure you don't fall behind. Because I think as important as staying hydrated is, if you fall behind, it's extremely difficult to catch up. And that comes into play with both water and sport drinks. I think you have to be very careful when you use sport drinks because they have all different kinds of compositions of electrolytes in them, and sometimes you can overload on one thing. Too much sugar obviously isn't a good thing, too much salt isn't a good thing, so you want to have a good balance.
Sure. And let's talk about sunscreen and protecting your skin from the sun too.
Anytime you're out and it's sunny, you want to be careful about exposing yourself to too much sun with all the risks involved in that. So you want to apply sunscreen probably at least 30 minutes before you play so that it has a good base on which to work, and you don't put it on when you're sweaty. And then if you're going to be out there for a long period of time, you'll have to reapply. The other thing also is using a hat if it's really sunny, because that helps screen your face. If you wear glasses like I do, your nose gets a lot of sun. So a hat is helpful there.
And let's talk a little bit about clothing and what you can put on your body to ensure better success on the court.
So I think you want some light clothing that absorbs your sweat well. You want to have a change of clothing if you get too hot and too sweaty. You want to change your shirt periodically. You want to have a towel to wipe yourself off. Wristbands, sweatbands to help wipe your forehead or your face during the course of a game. Those are all very helpful.
So once you've taken all of these precautions, how do you celebrate after you win your match?
You want to make sure that you rehydrate, because certainly coming into the closing games of a match, you probably forget to drink as much and you push yourself even harder. So you want to take a few minutes, let yourself settle down, get your heart rate down, drink some water, and then you want to refuel as well. You probably don't want to eat too much too quickly, but maybe an hour or two after the game, have a good meal, make sure you get refueled and rehydrated.
Also get some more sleep in case you have a match the next day, right?
Sleep is really important, and I think a lot of times in the heat of competition it's hard to do because your mind is going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's hard to settle down, but that may take into account some players use meditation where they calm themselves down and then are able to sleep a lot better.
Thank you, Dr. Gladstone, for all of that great advice.
You're welcome.
And remember to check back at usopen.org for more great information from the staff of Mount Sinai right here on the US Open Health Desk presented by Mount Sinai.